What if the measure of all abundance is simply your level of enjoyment in life? Whether you're looking for money, a relationship, a job, a new home, at the end of the day, why are you seeking this thing called abundance? Is it not ultimately for enjoyment? Recently, I did a manifestation / abundance workshop, or we're still doing it, and somebody said something really profound. Our jaws all dropped, and I felt it in every cell of my body. She said, enjoyment is my abundance. Or maybe she said, my abundance is enjoyment. Any which way, there was this big pause, like you felt the air in the room open up, and it was just like, yeah, that's it. So rather than trying to manifest this, that, and the other thing through visualization, through mental, law of attraction stuff, which it's all great. But let's face it, we are in a new energy. If you are truly into embodying your source consciousness, then I encourage you to go beyond the mental games of law of attraction type manifestation. Now, I'm not knocking it. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Go read The Secret or whatever you want to do. It was probably 25, I don't know, ish years ago that the company I worked for brought in this training called Lutei's training. And it was all about visualizing, feeling the end, looking at your whole life. The same type of teachings that have been really top notch on this planet, groundbreaking, beautiful for decades and centuries, I'm sure. Neville Goddard type stuff, who I love and adore. The book recently, The Secret is Feeling, I listened to, and it's fabulous. The only thing is, it gets very mental, and there's a tendency for the ego to latch on and once again start seeking contentment from gaining things externally. So it's a good pathway to explore and to play with, but at some point, you realize that all the true fulfillment comes in your heart, in your embodiment, in presence. And the more we embody who we truly are, the more your heart opens, the more you dissolve the ego, not fighting it, not battling it, not demonizing it, the more you're simply aware of it in a state of non judgment, the more your essence fills every cell of your body, the manifestations start taking care of themselves. But I must say, there is this little problem solver, this survival aspect in all of us. Mine gets very loud, that wants to make sure that it is doing its job. It's not a bad thing. It's very, very dedicated to keeping you safe, to keeping your life on track. And that's kind of a sweet and beautiful thing, isn't it? So, what do we do about this problem solver and this whole manifestation and abundance topic? We take a breath and remember, I am that I am. I am creator. I am source. Feel it with me. And then ask yourself the question, what if actually God, the whole universe, creator, call it your higher self if you'd like, for it's all one and the same. What if the real me and the whole universe, the microcosm, the macrocosm, you are a microcosm of the macrocosm? You're part of it. What if the whole universe knows what's in my heart even better than the mind? Whoa. Amazing concept, huh? What if God knows me better than I know myself? What if the ego, the mind, can only ask for everything it's ever seen? What if it's looking at everybody else saying, look what the Joneses are doing next door? They got a big house, they got a big car, they're all smiling, they seem so happy. I'm sitting over here without the big house. What if that is all mental, low level, unconscious, old energy, separation, comparison games. That is exactly what got humanity into, we'll call it the current situation of battling and fighting and greed and power. Take a breath. Welcome your highest consciousness in through the breath. Feel your presence, feel your heart, feel your connection to all that is. And what if it's as easy as saying, I welcome more love into my life. I welcome more love, more light, and more of myself. Show me what I would enjoy more than ever, because that's the real abundance, a life that we enjoy. Whether that's a new house, a new relationship, a new car, a job, a creation, some new creativity coming out from within you, new ideas. What if you don't have to try to define and create pictures in your head? So do it with me right now. Let's take all the stuff we've asked for, throw it into the fire pit. All right, creator self, I welcome the most enjoyable life possible. I welcome more and more enjoyment. And so it is. Namaste. And be done with it. Now what do we do? Now what is the ego going to do? Well, it's going to feel like it's lost a job. It's going to feel, what do I need to do to make this happen? This problem solver in our brain, this critical thinker, this survival guy, again, bravo, bravo, but it's going to come back and want a job to do. So let's at least give it a job so we don't keep going down the same path of, we'll say, messing with the beautiful, majestical, and divine creations that are coming into our lives. Because when we don't trust and then we start trying to get involved, we keep pushing away the very things that the whole universe, all of creation, is trying to bring into our lives. You know, I'm not just Kathy. I am that I am. Say it with me. I am creation embodied. I am life. Life has my back. If I can just trust and flow and let everything unfold, life is going to bring me so much more beauty. So, what do we do now with the poor little ego sitting here, tap, tap, tap? I got to do something. So, let's give your mind a job. When this urge comes up, take a breath and say, life has my back. Yeah, but I wouldn't mind a newer car, and how much money's in the bank, and do my friends really like me? Whatever thoughts come in, right? We all have these doubting thoughts where we feel disempowered, where maybe my life isn't so great. Maybe I need to get busy and start working on this. So take a breath and just say, everything is perfect. Thank you. Everything is perfect. Thank you. I've been playing with that one a lot. It feels so good. And life has my back. Everything is perfect. Thank you. The whole universe, every particle of creation is conspiring for my enjoyment. Thank you. Feel that in your body. Feel how your body relaxes when we choose those words, those thoughts, not the thoughts of victimhood or disempowerment. Everything is perfect. Thank you. And you know what? I am set for life because so far, for me, it's 50 years. What about you? How many years has life actually taken care of you? I've never gone without. So life always has my back. Feel those words and choose words of your own. So I'm giving you some words that I like to play with. Sometimes a word can create a vibration because of how you interpret those words. And for some of us, one word can be very positive. For another person, that word can have a negative association. I used to say, I'm very stubborn. And I love that about myself because, damn it, nobody's going to make me do something I don't want to do. That's a great quality. My stubbornness is what has made me say, damn it, I will master the mind, the emotions, this life. Mastery of your mind and emotions is the greatest gift. Instead of being a victim, you become a master simply because you choose it. Nobody can knight you into masterdom. You work it out. Mostly, I've worked it out in presence, of course, as that's the source of all manifestation. But choose words that feel good to you. Give yourself permission to be abundant, to enjoy life. Give yourself permission to feel great about yourself, to feel great about life. When you feel great about life, life blooms and blossoms. When you feel great about yourself, it helps to dissolve a lot of that fear and a lot of that old energy. So keep turning the dial to what feels really good in your body, in your heart. And you can always tell what feels good. Now, that could be interpreted a lot of different ways. So let me explain. What feels good when your body takes a deep breath and your diaphragm drops down and you feel grounded and safe in your reality. That's what I mean by feels good. Love or fear. So when you feel more love and less fear, and love can also be called safety, calmness, peacefulness, and knowing that all is well, lighter, brighter, like you're hopeful for the future rather than doom and gloom. Choose some words that feel good for you. So, back to manifestation. All right, universe, bring me stuff I'd enjoy. Thank you very much. That's all. Just keep bringing more and more love, more light, more enjoyment into my life. Done deal. Do you have to write like a 20-page manual now and hand it over to your angelic team? Or do you think that maybe your true self, who's eternal, knows you better than everything you've ever been taught? All right, now we take a break, step back. This thing is, of course, it's gonna want to do a job. So let's come up with some beautiful words that reiterate, call them, I don't know, mantras if you want. They're not really mantras. It's about feeling the words in your body and feeling how your body opens up and your energy field relaxes. And you can eventually stop using the words, as I often do, and I just turn the dial to, whew, I am all that is. I just feel it. And I always have a hard time trying to guide people into this experience of embodiment, because when you feel your eternal beingness, your connection to all that is, I mean, sometimes it feels empty. And in the emptiness, it feels like everything. You feel like everything and nothing. Sometimes it comes through as lightness, brightness. Sometimes it feels like a warm, fluid, beautiful embrace through every cell of your body. Number one, it doesn't feel like one thing. Number two, it's intangible and you can't really describe it. And it's not meant to be conceptualized, it's meant to be explored and experienced by you personally. So I'm trying to start with some words to get you there. But in truth, the most powerful thing you can do is just turn the dial and feel it. I exist. And if you take some time to be silent and feel, I find that helps too, where you feel yourself permeated and melded through every particle of reality. So, true abundance is enjoyment, or whatever word works for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, you can like, subscribe, and check the description box below for free resources and offerings. I wish you the most enjoyable day possible. Namaste.